Good Friday morning and happy Valentine's Day. We were waking up to some very snowy scenes this morning in the lower Columbia Basin. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils in Pasco. And yeah, there is quite a bit of snow out there. And you can see on First Alert Radar we're tracking some snowfall, not just in the basin, but also down into the Blue Foothills in the Blue Mountains. And we will continue to see this for lower elevations, at least in the basin and in the lower Yakima Valley. We'll continue to see this throughout the rest of this morning. We do trend a little bit drier in those areas after lunchtime, but we'll have some pretty persistent snow in the foothills and also in the mountains. Right now, temperatures across the board below freezing, so it's going to take a while for some of this snowfall to melt. But thankfully, some of our temperatures a little bit later today will get above freezing. At least in the Tri-Cities, they're going to hover right around freezing. Again, that would be for the peak of daytime heating into this afternoon. So for today, another First Alert weather day. That goes until 7 p.m. this evening for the basin, for the Blue Foothills, and for the Blue Mountains. We could have a trace to a couple more inches of new snow in the basin, 1 to 2 inches of new snow in the foothills, maybe 3 to 11 inches for the passes. Then we have another storm system that we're tracking. It's going to arrive late on Saturday, and we'll continue to have impacts into Sunday and Monday. I'll tell you more about those coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, with snow hitting the area, road conditions are pretty slick and dangerous. Law enforcement agencies responding to dozens of crashes, and one in Oregon caused over a 50-car pileup. We have all the details coming up.
And also, the ballot measure that would bring in money for a new performing arts center is failing. We have why officials are shocked by this and how the results are currently looking.
Also ahead, several federal judges blocking President Trump's executive orders. We have which ones and what this means moving forward. It all starts on Good Morning Northwest right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's, of course, to all of you, and happy Valentine's to you, Miss Jessica.
Happy Valentine's to you. I love the heart on your sweater. That is so cute.
Thanks. I love your look as well.
We're being festive today.
We are. Well, we have to try to be, right? Because it is so cold, so snowy outside. We are going to talk road conditions. We are going to talk forecast, and we are also going to talk school delays and closures, which are coming in. They started coming in last night. Now into the early morning hours. Right off the bat, we have school closures coming in. The Kennewick School District is closed. Umatilla School District closed. Pendleton and Prescott both closed as well.
Now, Richland is on a 2-hour delay, Pasco as well, and Findlay. And North Franklin School District also on a 2-hour delay. Kybee, 2-hour delay, and Walla Walla Public Schools is also a 2-hour delay. The others are Wapato, Grandview, and Columbia School Districts, all also on 2-hour delays, as well as East Valley School District. Now, as the snow began to hit the Tri-Cities and surrounding areas, first responders and law enforcement saw dozens of crashes.
I just kept getting the alerts on my phones of all of the incidents that were happening around the area. We spoke to a lot of locals, a lot of people saying they were just trying to take things as slow as possible, driving cautiously to their destinations, of course trying to avoid other drivers as well. They also said that they were having to make adjustments to try to help make things smoother for the people around them.
It's kind of surprising, to tell you the truth. I didn't think it was going to be coming at this point in the year, but I'm okay driving with my truck. Truthfully, it's not too bad for me, but as long as they keep the big hill going to my house plowed, then it's usually not too big of a deal. So, but other than that, my wife might have a hard time getting up the hill come when she gets off work.
It's nice, but I mean, yeah, walking around, taking the bus and stuff, I guess it affects it. It's hard to walk in at times when people don't shovel their sidewalks. But other than that, you know, it's not too bad.
Why did you decide to come out and start shoveling up some snow off your sidewalks?
So people don't slip and fall. It's cold and slippery out here.
Now, that first guy should wake up with Good Morning Northwest more often. He wouldn't have been surprised by the snowfall, right? Josh has been predicting this, and we knew it was coming. We do want to mention that the Tri-Cities licensing offices are closed for the next 3 days. It's not because of weather. It's a planned system outage, but that is something that's going to impact people in our area. We're going to keep you updated on school delays and closures, road conditions this morning. You know, just yesterday afternoon, my son and I saw a couple wrecks happening. It's
just
slick.
Coming in,
And the snow just continues to fall, so we'll keep you updated.
And speaking more on those crashes, Now, law enforcement dealt with in Oregon also. So the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office in Oregon caused a massive pileup on I-84. The snow caused the hazardous road conditions, which carried into the overnight hours. And deputies say between 50 to 100 cars were involved. 3 miles of road was shut down due to the incidents, and injuries have been reported. Another street saw multiple crashes involving several vehicles, just like we've been seeing here in the Tri-Cities. Now, here was the scene across the city of Yakima. Our reporter Emily Goodell captured the sights on Yakima Avenue up on your screen now. And while light snow fell in that part of our region, it was much less in the lower valley and into the Tri-Cities. The conditions on parts of I-82 were very slick as people made their way down into the lower valley.
And our live weather coverage will continue, of course, throughout the morning. But a reminder to download our brand new Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. You can track the cold, the snow. Sky cams are up on there. You can get minute-by-minute weather alerts and so much more just from that app.
And you can download it in your app store for both Apple or Android phones or tablets. Simply type Apple Valley News Now Weather and it should pop up on your search bar. And then you can also scan the QR code that's up on your screen right now.
Well, making a difference now for most people, Valentine's Day is a day that you cherish the people you love the most. But for many Indigenous families whose loved ones have gone missing or been murdered, it's a time to remember those gone and make their voices heard. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us how they're honoring them in Yakima.
Those families gathered at Wellness House in Yakima to share their stories at an event organized by advocate Sissy Strong Reyes in honor of her sister, Rosenda Strong. Rosenda Strong disappeared from Toppenish in 2018. Her body found in 2019.
When I started doing the advocacy for my sister, there was no resources in this area.
But more than 6 years later, there's an MMIP task force and a missing Indigenous person alert system through Washington State Patrol. And justice for her sister coming through the federal court system.
7 were indicted. There was actually 2 lives that were taken. One was my sister and then her alleged killer.
But she says resources are still lacking for families with missing loved ones, including children left behind. And for others like Mona Renee Vallow, there's still no justice.
That's what everybody knows of her, just her kindness, her joking around, her laughter. It was good medicine, so it was good for her to spread that around.
His mother killed in a hit and run in New Mexico in 2022.
There's no leads into anything. Everything still stays the same as I know of because I haven't heard anything from the FBI agents.
And others like Benita Long are still missing.
She was a fighter, like she'd fight for the underdog.
Long disappeared from Toppenish in March 2022. Her family says they've received no updates from law enforcement, but they haven't given up.
There's a lot of people out there, thinking about her and missing her and loving her and praying that, whatever's in the darkness comes out to light.
Families say the community can support them by listening to them, sharing their stories, and by continuing to show up. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And now to a follow-up on results from Tuesday's special election. The measure that would help funding for a new performing arts center in Richland is failing, with more than 60% of Benton County residents voting no. Proposition 1 for the Richland Public Facilities District on the ballot was a 0.2% sales tax. That's on goods bought in Richland. And Blake Smith, the executive director of the Arts Center Task Force, says he was surprised at the way the vote turned out, saying it didn't align with what their survey data showed. And the proposed center costs about $80 million. It's set to be an 800-seat community space and a second smaller theater that's also set to be used for the arts.
We want to know why they said no. We want to make sure that we've provided the right information to them to make an informed decision. We want to hear their concerns.
Smith says they're using the loss as a learning opportunity and they plan to let the community know more about the benefits of the center. He also says they plan to go back to the drawing board to find out next steps. And just to show you where exactly those numbers stand, this latest count was released late last night. No votes leading the count at 61% and yes votes at 39%. Now all ballot results will be certified on February 21st.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, severe weather hitting California. Some areas that it's being hit right now, still recovering from wildfires, now dealing with mudslides. We have those stories coming up in your national headlines.
And it is a first alert weather day, a lot of snow outside. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break it all down, how it's going to be looking today and for the next few days. He'll be right back with that.
Start 2025 off right with a custom building from Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds. Cozy up to 10% off custom buildings. Need something right away? Get 20% off all in-stock inventory. It's the perfect time to create the space you've always wanted, with free, fast delivery and quality that'll stand up to the chilliest winter days. Whether it's for storage, hobbies, or just making room for your New Year goals, visit Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company today.
This winter, escape to the mountains of Leavenworth with Beaver Valley Lodge, where fresh snow blankets the world and adventure is just outside your door. From skiing Plain Valley ski trails to peaceful snowshoe trails, the choices are endless. After a day in the snow, return to Beaver Valley Lodge to warm up by the fire, sip hot cocoa, and let your worries melt away. Book your winter getaway today at Beaver Valley Lodge, where you come as a guest and leave as a friend.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months, plus 2 years free maintenance. Only your local Ford dealer.
Got a birthday coming up? Celebrating a big win? Or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Somewhere beyond the sea, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing.
I got a call about a body?
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
You don't seem like you belong here.
That guy's a handyman.
You murdered a 17-year-old. Are you looking for something?
We have an emergency.
New York Trend, Tuesday on ABC.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have a winter weather advisory and then, well, actually multiple winter weather advisories and then a winter storm warning that is in place for the basin and for the foothills and for the Blues. You can read more about these by downloading the First Alert Weather app, which you can get for free on the App Store and on Google Play. Okay, now let's show you some of the past conditions we're tracking for this morning. This is the only one I'm going to show in the Cascades. US Highway 12 at White Pass, there is packed snow. Traction tires are required. For the other passes in the Cascades, traction tires are advised. Now down into the Blue Mountains, I-84 Cabbage Hill, packed snow. Yes, you do need chains if you're towing between mileposts 216 and 250. And then for Oregon 204 at Tollgate and Spout Springs, also packed snow. And you also need chains if you're towing between milepost 10 and milepost 33. Okay, now on to lower elevations. Here's your day planner for today. We'll continue to have the chance of snow, at least in the basin and in the foothills throughout the day, although at least for the basin, we're going to start to trend much drier after lunchtime, and it's going to be another cold day on tap. So for today, high temperatures up into the 30s. It will be breezy today, breezy/windy in the Kittitas Valley, the Cascades, the Blue Foothills, and in the Blue Mountains. Winds gusting between 20 to 40 miles per hour. Some of the faster wind gusts being in the Blues, the Kittitas Valley, and in the Cascades. Then for tonight, we'll trend drier for lower elevations, although in the foothills of the mountains, snowfall could persist. Then we're tracking another wave of snow into late on Saturday for Sunday and Monday. I'll tell you more about that one coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. 5:14 to your national headlines this morning. Some of the same Los Angeles area residents recovering from wildfires are now dealing with mudslides. There was an atmospheric river that caused some flooding on those burn scars just last night. Meteorologists saying that these burn scars were no match for the torrential rain. As for homeowners, officials say multiple counties were under evacuation warnings and orders in that area. And the Senate has approved Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to serve as Secretary of Health and Human Services. Throughout the confirmation process, Kennedy faced intense scrutiny over his controversial views on vaccines and public health policy. Only one GOP member, former Republican Senate leader Mitch McConnell, voted against his confirmation. McConnell, who is a survivor of childhood polio, explained his vote in a statement saying he's watched vaccines save millions of lives and that he will not condone the relegation of proven cures. McConnell has voted against more of Trump's cabinet nominees than any other Republican, opposing Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. And a critical step forward for Donald Trump's border and tax agenda. The House Budget Committee passed a measure that would unlock trillions worth of tax cuts. The GOP blueprint calls for at least $1.5 trillion in spending cuts. It also lifts the debt limit for roughly 2 years and includes $300 billion in more border and national security spending. The committee debated the measure for 12 hours before passing it along party lines. It'll now head to the House floor at the end of the month. Meanwhile, the Senate plans to advance its own budget resolution. Party leaders will then need to reach a compromise. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. School delays and closures continuing to come in. One just coming in. The Richland School District has changed from a 2-hour delay. They are now closed today. Giving you a live look outside. It is a first alert weather day on this snowy Valentine's. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break down what we can expect not just today, but over the next few days in your full forecast.
President's Day. No lights or carols, no fireworks, boat races or barbecues. Not very exciting. Until now, because this President's Day is your chance to drive home in the Mazda you've been waiting for. So stop by McCurley Mazda in the Pasco Autoplex and make it more than just another Monday. Get a vehicle you'll love at the McCurley Mazda President's Day sales event.
It's a great time to improve your sleep and pay less during the President's Day mattress event at Walker's. Enjoy the best selection of all your favorite mattress brands. And when you purchase select Serta, Beautyrest, Purple, or Heirloom mattresses, you'll get up to $300 of free furniture and free mattress delivery. Plus, enjoy 5 years no-interest financing, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less. This week at all Walker's Furniture locations.
The best deals of the year are going on now at Overturf Kia. Check out the sporty, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive Kia K4 with a show-stopping silhouette. A new 2025 Kia K4 LXS starts at just $23,459. Plus, get 3.99% interest for 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge on Columbia Drive in Kennewick.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
It is Heart Health Awareness Month. To help avoid heart disease, choose healthy food and drinks, watch your weight, and exercise. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
If your group or organization would like to receive job postings, contact our Human Resources Department, 509-735-8369 to request notices.
Apple Valley News Now open positions can be viewed on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a first alert weather day because of the obvious. If you've peeked your head out the window, whoa, it looks like a snow globe outside, at least in the lower Columbia Basin. I'm sure it looks that way in the Bluefoot Hills and obviously up in the mountains, but still tracking a wide swath of snowfall for this morning, ranging from the mid to lower valley all the way down into the Blues, but more snow showers lined up back into the Cascade. So we'll go ahead and put all this into motion with Futurecast, but by the time we get to lunchtime, looks like we're going to be a little bit drier in the lower valley and basin, but still some pretty persistent snow showers in the Bluefoot Hills and also in the Blue Mountains, and it looks like a lot of that's going to ramp up again as we head into this evening. Now into the overnight hours, into the beginning of Saturday, we're going to get a little bit of a lull in the action, but it will be just that, a lull, as we have another storm system that looks like it's going to start to impact the Cascades around lunchtime. I'm thinking for lower elevations, for the foothills, for the Blues, it should mainly hold off until around and after 4 p.m. That's when we'll start to see impacts again, although you see more green in the mix this time with higher snow levels, so we're not going to see as much low elevation snowfall this time. We'll continue to experience this round as we head into Sunday and Monday. It's going to bring some big time impacts to our mountain passes, especially up in the Blues. Okay, here's your snowfall forecast from this morning through Sunday morning. So essentially over the next 48 hours, we're thinking 4 to 10 inches for our Cascade passes. Not much doing for lower elevations, maybe another inch for the lower Columbia Basin, maybe another 1 to 2 inches of additional snowfall for the Bluefoot Hills, and another 3 to 11 inches in the Blue Mountains. So if you're traveling over US Highway 12, or if you're traveling over Oregon Highway 204, definitely you would want to take it slow, have the tire chains, have the winter safety kit ready to go. Into Sunday and Monday, in terms of additional snowfall that we're anticipating for the rest of that storm system, another 3 to 10 inches for passes, with some of the worst pass travel being for Tollgate off of Oregon 204 and for White Pass off of US Highway 12 in Yakima County. Will be drier into Tuesday. Then there's another storm system that we're tracking into Wednesday and Thursday. This one could also bring some substantial impacts to our mountain passes. Looks like 3 to 6 inches for our passes for now. Lower elevations, not seeing much snowfall from this round, but it's certainly something that we're going to keep very close tabs on. Hey, temperatures, here's a little bit of good news. Trending more seasonal over the next 7 days, except by the time we get to the end of next week, we're still going to be about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Snow likely for today, mostly before lunchtime. Drier for Saturday, then another round of rain and snow into Sunday. All right, and then for Yakima, mostly dry for today, maybe seeing a little bit of sunshine, and then we'll have a very small chance of some snow showers through the day on Saturday. Those chances will go way up for Sunday. In Ellensburg, breezy for today. In fact, I'd argue that it's more so going to be windy for today, and then we'll have a little chance of some snow showers into Saturday, a rain-snow mix likely for Sunday. In Hermiston, maybe picking up another inch over the next 24 hours, but I think that the bulk of the snowiest conditions probably in our rearview mirror at this point. And then for Walla Walla, maybe picking up another couple of inches over the next 24 to 36 hours. Now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Thank you for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself.
And during Purple's President's Day event, save up to $900 on select mattress and adjustable base bundles.
Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
This President's Day, McCurley Subaru of Yakima invites you to discover the vehicle that's the perfect fit for your drive during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Lease a 2025 Subaru Forester today for only $239 a month. There's never been a better time to find a vehicle that fits your budget. President's Day and Subaru A Lot to Love event. It's what you've been waiting for, but it all ends this month. McCurley Subaru of Yakima. It's always your way home.
We can. We will. We must.
Mattress Depot USA is saying,
yes, we can.
Yes to Sealy Posturepedic.
Yes to Tempur-Pedic.
yes to interest-free financing.
We're celebrating President's Day all month long with Star-Spangled Savings.
Yes, we can!
But hurry, these presidential prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
This President's Day, McCurley Chevrolet invites you to discover the vehicle that's the perfect fit for your drive. Event savings include $8,000 off MSRP on new Chevy Silverados. Or get 2.9% financing with no payments for 90 days on the Chevy Equinox. There's never been a better time to find a vehicle that fits your budget. Don't wait. This is the event you've been waiting for. But it all ends this month. McCurley Chevrolet. It's always your way home.
Hi, I'm Stacy Lee, and I'm inviting you on a holidays vacation tour. Join me as we experience New England's fall foliage, October 2nd to the 10th. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors, before ending our vacation in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword Apple Valley, to request a brochure, watch a travel show, and book this tour.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, closing arguments got underway in rapper A$AP Rocky's criminal trial. It was in LA, California yesterday.
Yeah, the rapper, whose real name is Rakim Mayers, is facing 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm after he allegedly shot a former friend back in November of 2021. The incident all happening in Hollywood. The 36-year-old had claimed he was only carrying a prop gun.
Prosecutors argued yesterday that the gun was real and cited security video, which he said showed people reacting to a real gun. Mayer's defense attorney pushed back against that claim and argued the alleged victim, Terrell Efron, knew it was a prop gun.
The attorney also described Efron as being a, quote, angry pathological liar. And closing arguments are to resume today, and after that, the jury is expected to get the case. Mayers faces up to 24 years in prison if convicted. A lot of he said, she said in that one. All right, in some lighter entertainment news, Cobra Kai co-stars Mary Mauser and Tanner Buchanan are closing one chapter and starting another one. The couple announced that they're engaged on the same day that Netflix dropped the final episodes of their series.
That kind of seems like a conspiracy to me, but
What?
it's a Karate
It's
Kid.
Valentine's Day. You don't believe in love?
This is love on the day of love.
Yeah, that's just a little too convenient for me. Well, it's a Karate Kid inspired show. Mauser plays Samantha, the daughter to Ralph Macchio's OG Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso.
Buchanan portrays Robbie Keane, the son of William Zabka's Johnny Lawrence. The spinoff series has ended after 6 seasons. And it takes place 34 years after the events of the original 1984 classic. Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Whether you're happy
It's
for them or
great
not.
It's like when Zed and Selena Gomez had a song together, and that was right around the time they were
That's a
like
good
kind of a
example.
thing.
I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know much
Congratulations.
about them.
Congrats,
We're happy.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Why you could now be fined up to $500 for using chalk to write messages in downtown Walla Walla. We have those details on a new ordinance approved by the city. And a suspect is still on the run after robbing someone at knife point at the Safeway on Clearwater in Kennewick. All of that in your next half hour. But first, let's check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is poised to unveil its latest device, widely believed to be the next generation iPhone SE. CEO Tim Cook teased Wednesday's event, posting, "Get ready to meet the newest member of the family." Online tech reports say the new phone may have a bigger display and no home screen button. Next, Google Gemini AI chatbot can now recall your past conversations. Previously, Gemini had limited memory for remembering user preferences. The new feature is meant to make Gemini more responsive to users, but can be disabled. And YouTube will now let users publish AI-generated video clips to Shorts. Google's VO2 video model is being integrated into YouTube Shorts tools. The feature will roll out Thursday in the US and 3 other countries. More countries are expected to get the feature very soon. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Lionel Moise. Have a great Friday.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower. And I'm not exactly street legal.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, this could really blow your budget. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu medicine hangover in the morning. Then he switched to Mucinex Night Shift. Mucinex is uniquely formulated to leave your system faster so you wake up ready to go. Try Mucinex Night Shift and feel the difference.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsored jobs on Indeed are 2.5 times faster to first hire. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. We made it to the end of the week. And what an end to the week it is.
Jeez.
It is so snowy outside. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, so when I left work yesterday, it was clear. Perfect,
Sure.
beautiful. And then a few hours later, I just looked outside the window and it's white, snow.
Yep.
Everywhere.
It just started
down.
and it just never stopped,
Yeah.
it felt like.
I wore the wrong shoes yesterday. And I knew that snow was in the forecast because I listened to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, I came to work in Birkenstocks.
That's okay. You were being comfortable.
I was.
Well, now you know.
And then I regretted it. Yeah, but I got boots on today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would recommend something with a lot of traction on the shoes and on the tires for today.
Yeah,
But
so how about that 3-degree guarantee?
it verified, but it verified in the worst way. Remember, I went with a forecast high 27 yesterday.
Yeah.
It was 24. That was the high temperature yesterday in Pasco, 24 degrees.
So close.
But that means that the jackpot did technically go up. It went up to $100. And so for today, I'm going with the forecast high, much warmer today, but still only 2 degrees above freezing, but 34 degrees. So if the actual high is between 31 to 37, the jackpot's going to go up to $125. But if my forecast goes bust, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com and clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that is on your screen. We're seeing a lot of views just like this one this morning in Pasco Tri-City. This is technically in Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal, but lots of snow-packed roads out there. You have to take it slow and build in extra time into your morning routine. And we're still tracking more. We're tracking some snow showers in the lower valley, in the lower Columbia Basin, in the Blue Foothills. This is more of just a big swath of snow down here in Morrow and Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, but it's going to be more of this throughout the day, although for the basin, for the valley, likely trending drier after lunchtime. Right now, temperatures across the board all below freezing, so it's going to take a while for some of the snowfall to melt. Here's your umbrella cast for today for the Tri-Cities. This is just another way of showing snow chances throughout the day, really. So the umbrella is kind of an arbitrary part of this, but you can see chances going down mostly after lunchtime. Could have a few more snow showers left over after that. So for today, highs in the 30s. The best chances of snow are going to be outside of the valleys for today, and we have another first alert weather day until 7 p.m. this evening for the basin, for the Blue Foothills, and for the Blue Mountains. We're expecting new snowfall accumulations, and I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of our snowfall forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. We're going to keep you updated on school delays and closures as well. But first, a person robbed at knife point just yesterday morning at the Safeway right on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're told that suspect is still on the run. Kennewick police tell us they were called out to that Kennewick Safeway right off of Clearwater Avenue for reports of an armed robbery. When police got there, they found out that the victim had been robbed by another person at knife point. That person with the knife ran from the Safeway heading down Edison Street. Police officers set up actually right here in the Apple Valley News Now parking lot while they looked for that person.
For us, we conducted a canine track, which terminated in an area nearby, but we were unable to locate the suspect. We are still working on getting that person identified.
The victim in this robbery wasn't hurt. Most of the items that had been stolen were found since that robbery happened near Kamiakin High School. Kennewick police did contact the school resource officer, but there was no active threat to the school, so everything was just fine there. But police now asking anyone, if you know anything about this armed robbery, contact them.
And the Walla Walla City Council has approved an ordinance that requires anyone who chalks messages, symbols, and images in downtown Walla Walla to clean up after themselves. Council members unanimously voted to approve the ordinance on Wednesday, and it's now in full effect. Under the ordinance, anyone who creates messages are required to remove them by sundown that day that they were made, and failure to remove them is now a civil infraction, and it can be punishable by a fine up to $500. And if you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, it's Red Wine and Chocolate Weekend, and One Yakima Valley Winery is celebrating with their unique special. So Dichotomy Vineyards in Outlook, which opened last spring, is pairing its wine with Chuker Cherries chocolates. This vineyard is owned by a couple who met and fell in love by making wine together in Australia. They then came to Yakima Valley to start their own winery, also tasting room and a vineyard, and they pair wines they made in Australia with wines they made here.
We make a Syrah here, and in Australia we call it Shiraz, so we made a Shiraz in Australia. We taste them side by side and just see how different it is. Same winemakers, completely different continent.
Sounds delicious, and Dichotomy is located at 1320 Independence Road in Outlook. It's open 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday.
Well, it is Valentine's Day, and people are actually expecting to shell out some big bucks to show their love today. According to the National Retail Federation, shoppers plan to spend, on average, about $189, and that's up by about $3 an average over last year. In total, consumers are expected to spend a record $27.5 billion on this year's Valentine's Day. The survey suggests that the spending bump could be due to more people planning to celebrate. As for gifts, the most popular category this year is candy, followed by flowers, greeting cards, and an evening out. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, Washington state leaders say they're trying to protect Washingtonians. All this comes after they publicly denounced President Trump at a press conference yesterday. We have those details coming up in just a few minutes.
But first, if you're heading out the door soon, Josh has how your day is looking weather-wise. Keep it right here to get that first alert forecast.
I got a call about a body.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
You don't seem like you belong here.
That guy's a handyman.
You murdered a 17-year-old. Are you looking for something?
We have an emergency.
New or Trapped, Tuesday on ABC.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Visit Fred's Appliance for our President's Day sale. Step up to the all-in-one GE Profile laundry machine for just $22.98. Save $600 today. It combines both washer and dryer functions into one sleek appliance, saving space and offering unmatched convenience. Wi-Fi connectivity allows you to control and monitor your laundry from anywhere, saving you time and effort. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
2025 is your year to start a new business, and the City of Pasco is here to help. We have newly updated commercial kitchen space and vendor windows available at the Pasco Specialty Kitchen downtown. Mobile food vendors, we've made it faster and easier than ever to get permits and connect with customers, thanks to new citywide regulations for food trucks and hand carts. Visit pasco-wa.gov for more information and join the thriving Pasco community. Naturally transformative.
Those of us who've been around a while may remember the TV game show, The $50,000 Pyramid of Cash. Well, guess what? Legends Casino Hotel is presenting its own $50,000 pyramid every Thursday in February. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries for the drawings. You could be selected to roll the dice and climb each level to turn $1,000 into $50K. This is no pyramid scheme. Ouch. Yeah, we remember those too. So make like an Egyptian and play Pyramids of Cash in February.
What are you up to, Alice?
Well, the nice mechanic asked me to check the pulleys.
Wow, I just realized you can see things we can't. I've always wondered what's in those small windows.
It's marketing.
So that's where they hide out.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
What does dino casting call mean?
That seems bad.
I'll get my resume ready.
She announced to the world that she was searching for love, and now she's about to reveal her Valentine live on GMA. How's this gonna go? Plus, the greatest love surprise ever in 50 years on GMA Live. Love is in the mornings on GMA.
Somewhere beyond the sea, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Village. We're going to start off at Schweitzer. And keep in mind that these new snow totals, they update these every day at 4 p.m. So these are definitely lagging behind. But I just wanted to show you the base depths as they stood, well, also at their last update at 4 p.m. yesterday, but a 68-inch base depth up towards Schweitzer Village. Then for Ski Bluewood, a 67-inch base depth. And then for White Pass, this thing at 60 inches, but for all these are going to be much higher. The base depths are going to be much higher. Just give it another 24 to 48 hours, especially when they update those numbers again. But all right, let's go ahead and show you some of the additional snowfall totals we're thinking from this morning through 4 in the morning on Sunday. Could get quite a bit of snow for our Cascade Passes, up to 10 inches for White Pass, up to 11 inches for Stevens Pass. So if we did see pass closures, maybe some chain requirements up that way, would not be too surprised, but Snoqualmie Pass could maybe get away with that. We'll see how that one pans out. In the Kittitas Valley, 1 to 2 inches for Ellensburg and Monastash Ridge, maybe upwards of an inch for Vantage, which is more so in a basin climate. Maybe an additional, probably less than an inch for the Yakima Valley, but perhaps another 5 inches for Salish Pass off of US 97. Then for the Lower Columbia Basin, probably an inch or less, but some models indicating a little bit more than that, closer to the Columbia River. For the Blue Foothills, another 1 to 2 inches. And then for the Blue Mountains, another 3 to 11 inches, with some of the worst pass travel being off of Oregon 204 at Tollgate and Spout Springs. And then we have more snowfall into the rest of the day on Sunday. Remember, this runs through 4 in the morning on Sunday. So for the rest of the day, Sunday into Monday, more snow. I'll tell you how much coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:42 in Washington, Governor Bob Ferguson and other state leaders publicly denouncing President Trump at a press conference just yesterday. It's all regarding the executive actions on immigration enforcement and federal funds being frozen. Albert James is in Olympia with what lawmakers say they're doing to protect Washingtonians.
It has been, to put it mildly, a chaotic first few weeks of his administration.
On the economic front, the governor says the state is aware of $162 million in federal funding that is currently frozen, with the situation changing day by day. The funds are directed towards solar energy and climate programs and wildfire prevention efforts. The Department of Commerce says the funding freezes and threats of tariffs are a, quote, direct attack on the state's economy, and they're working with businesses and industries who could be harmed.
Families and businesses and jobs are at risk, and those who are most impacted likely will be from rural communities, farmers, overburdened communities, and the like.
When it comes to federal action around immigration enforcement and restrictions on transgender people, officials reiterated that strong protections are afforded to all people under state law. The Department of Children, Youth, and Families says it's ready to help households impacted by immigration enforcement. Attorney General Nick Brown says his office will continue to assess all the president's actions and challenge them as he sees fit.
Follow the damn law. It's not that hard. But time and time again, this president has exhibited his disdain for the U.S. Constitution, and we cannot let that happen. And so we will continue to use our processes and our courts to make sure that the president, like anybody else, follows the law.
Ferguson was asked about criticism that he's too focused on the other Washington instead of issues here at home. He says Washingtonians expect him to address challenges from the feds as they affect regular people in everyday life.
We're going to deal with what's coming in from Washington, D.C. that's harming Washingtonians, that's impacting our budget, that's impacting jobs in a negative way. And at the same time, we're moving our state forward.
As for the budget, Ferguson says the situation in D.C. doesn't help with the state's projected multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall. The governor says he'll have an update on his request for state agencies to trim 6% of their budgets at the end of the month. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
5:44 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We've got your morning sprint with everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, talking school delays and closures and giving you that live look outside this morning. It is a snowy Valentine's Day. Josh will be back with your First Alert forecast after the break.
Ready to bring your dream kitchen floor to life? At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Richland or Walla Walla Floor & Home.
There's still time to save at Buy Mart with 3 weeks of savings in our latest savings book. Pick one up in store. You'll find Pepsi brand 12 packs, buy 2, get 2 free. Employee owned for 20 years. Buy Mart saves you more.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
This President's Day, McCurley Honda invites you to discover the vehicle that's the perfect fit for your drive. Take advantage of exclusive financing, like 1.9% on the new Honda CR-V or 2.9% on the Honda HR-V during the President's Day event. There's never been a better time to find a vehicle that fits your budget. The President's Day event is the event you've been waiting for, but it all ends this month. McCurley Honda. It's always your way home.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life. We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Ready to bring your dream bathroom to life? At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Walla Walla or Tri-Cities Floor & Home.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark weekdays at 9.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to track snowfall for this morning, really spanning from Yakima all the way down to the Blue Mountains. A little bit drier in the Kittitas Valley, but more snow showers lining up in the Cascades. We'll go ahead and we'll put this into motion with Futurecast. By the time we get to lunchtime, it does look substantially drier for lower elevations, not including the Blue Foothills. Snow showers will continue to be pretty persistent there. And then as we head into this evening, into the late evening, overnight hours into Saturday morning, looks like we'll get a bit of a lull in the action, but then we have another round of wet and wintry weather that's poised to impact us as we head into the evening on Saturday, then into Sunday and Monday. But throughout the day, at least for lower elevations, for the Blue Foothills and for the Blue Mountains, looks like it's going to be mostly dry. The Cascades not nearly as dry. Snow likely during the day on Saturday for the Cascades. Then really after 4 p.m., around and after 4 p.m., that's when we'll start to see some more impacts to lower elevations, to the foothills, to the Blues. But you can see more green on the map this time, which indicates higher snow levels. So snow not going to be as big of a factor for lower elevations at this point. And then we'll have more waves of rain and snow as we head later into Saturday and then into Sunday and Monday. Those biggest impacts, like I mentioned, going to be up in the mountains. So here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting from from this morning through Sunday morning, and we could get quite a bit of snow for Cascade Passes, 4 to 10 inches. We could get 3 to 11 inches for our Blue Mountain Passes. So if you have to travel on Oregon 204, on Interstate 84, on Interstate 90, or on US Highway 12, could be some pretty tough travel. In terms of additional low elevation snowfall, maybe getting another inch for the basin, maybe another 1 to 2 inches for the Blue Foothills. And again, that would be through 4 in the morning on Sunday. Then for the rest of the day on Sunday and for Monday as well, not much doing for lower elevations, but we could pick up quite a bit more snow for our higher elevations and for our mountain passes. So expect some tough mountain travel through Monday or Tuesday morning at the very least. For the day on Tuesday will be drier, but then here's another storm system for Wednesday and Thursday. We're already keeping pretty close tabs on this one as well. Low elevation snow mounts still looking pretty pitiful from this one, but we could pick up another 3 to 6 inches for mountain passes, if not a little bit more. These numbers will change as this is 6 to 7 days out. High temperatures also changing over the next week as well, will be about 15 degrees below average for today. Pretty lousy stuff, but then more seasonal by the time we get to the end of next week, but still below average for the middle to late parts of February. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Snow likely for today, drier for Saturday, and then a rain-snow mix likely for Sunday. It looks a little bit drier by Monday. In Yakima, mostly dry for today, even seeing a little bit of sunshine. About a 10% chance of some snow showers during the day on Saturday. Those will definitely ramp up late on Saturday into Sunday. In Ellensburg, windy for today. Winds gusting out of the north and west upwards at 35 miles per hour. The winds will be calmer for Saturday, but we'll see the arrival of that next wave of rain and snow. For Hermiston, maybe picking up another inch or two over the next 24 hours, but I think we're probably past the peak of the snowiest part of the forecast, and I think you could probably say the same thing for Walla Walla. Maybe another inch or two. Drier for Saturday, but perhaps more rain and snow likely for Sunday and Monday.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:51, time now for your morning sprint and the top 5 local things you need to know as you head out the door this morning. A suspect still on the run after robbing a person at knife point yesterday morning at the Safewater on Clearwater. According to Kennewick Police, officers say that suspect ran from the grocery store, headed down Edison Street, and wasn't able to be found. If you have any information, call Kennewick Police.
The 2025 Regional Home and Garden Show starts today and goes through the weekend. It's at the Hapo Center in Pasco. There's free parking and free readmission all weekend with the return stamp. Admission for adults is $8. With kids 12 and under, that's free. And if you bring a non-perishable food item for the Salvation Army, you'll get $3 off the admission price.
Well, it's Red Wine and Chocolate Weekend, and a Yakima Valley business is celebrating with a unique special. Dichotomy Vineyards in Outlook, which opened last spring, is pairing its own wine with Checker Cherry's chocolates. Dichotomy is located at 1320 Independence Road in Outlook and is open 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday.
And the second round of results are in this morning for the special election that took place Tuesday. And we have the numbers for Yakima County, Walla Walla, Kittitas, and much more. And to see those results, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com and click on the Politics tab on the left sidebar.
Well, we do have school delays and closures coming into the newsroom this morning. Pasco, Kennewick, Richland, Umatilla, Pendleton, Prescott, College Place, Walla Walla Community College, and Umatilla, Pendleton, Milton Freewater, and Helix, you are all closed this morning. You see all of it right there on your screen. 2-hour delays are in effect right now for Findlay, North Franklin, Kybee, Walla Walla, Wapato, Grandview, Columbia, and East Valley school districts. As those continue to come in, we'll continue to keep you updated.
Turning now to your national headlines this morning, Vice President J.D. Vance will attend the Munich Security Conference that starts today. And the future of Ukraine will be the top item on the agenda. And this comes after a phone call between President Trump and Russian President Putin this week, where they pledged to work together to end the 3-year-old Russia-Ukraine conflict. Vance is also expected to meet Ukrainian President Zelensky today, and that's to discuss Trump's ideas for a negotiated settlement to the war. And federal judges have blocked some of President Trump's executive orders. Another federal judge has indefinitely blocked the orders seeking to end birthright citizenship, saying it would remain in effect unless lifted by a higher court. Also blocked by a judge for at least 2 weeks is the order targeting health care for young transgender people, saying abruptly stopping care is dangerous, and the Trump administration is expected to appeal that decision. Lastly, a temporary block is issued on the administration's sweeping 90-day freeze on foreign aid.
In your business headlines this morning, Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency team paid a visit to the IRS, putting staffers on edge. DOGE is on a mission to evaluate and potentially downsize government agencies. The DOGE member asked for a description of what each business unit does, as well as some other questions. President Trump says DOGE will look at the IRS just like any other agency. And Google and Apple have brought TikTok back. The companies restored the social media platform to its app stores. It all comes after President Trump signed an executive action to delay a ban on the app. The question of TikTok's future in the U.S. stems from a law signed last April by then President Biden, citing national security concerns.
In your health headlines, blood testing of veterinarians who work with large animals shows bird flu may be spreading more than we're seeing. And that's according to a new study, and tests show that some vets were exposed to it, even though they did not treat animals known to be infected. Since March 2024, there have been 68 confirmed H5N1 infections in humans. And due to new abortion bans in some U.S. states, baby deaths are up. One study shows child deaths rose nearly 6% in states where abortion bans were implemented. And the study also shows the number of newborns who died from congenital anomalies was significantly higher in states where abortions are banned. The researchers say this suggests that more women are continuing with pregnancies despite a terminal diagnosis for the baby.
In your sports headlines this morning, soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo was the highest paid athlete of 2024, earning a reported $260 million. His impressive earnings came from $250 million in salary and winnings. $45 million came in through off-the-field endorsements. Ronaldo brought in over $100 million more than the second-placed athlete, NBA superstar Steph Curry. Rounding out the top five, now retired British boxer Ty Fury, Inter Miami soccer player Lionel Messi, and LA Lakers star LeBron James. And he has such great hair, too. All right, the New York Jets will be moving forward without quarterback Aaron Rodgers next season. Rodgers was notified last week by the Jets' new head coach and general manager. 41-year-old was traded to the Jets in 2023. However, the past two seasons have been rough for Rodgers. The Jets' 2024 season ended with a disappointing 5-12 record. The Jets will likely release Rodgers after June 1st. You think he's retiring, or you think he's going to go somewhere else? That's the big question.
I hope he retires. I'm tired of seeing that guy.
He's quite controversial sometimes, yeah.
Yes.
He's got a couple things. All right. Hey, trending this morning, it is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you and to you.
Thank you.
And people are expecting to shell out some pretty big bucks this Valentine's Day.
So according to the National Retail Federation, shoppers plan to spend an average of nearly $189, and that's up by about a $3 average over last year. Not me, though. I'm not spending that much.
In total, consumers are expected to spend a record $27.5 billion with a B dollars on this year's Valentine's Day. The survey suggests the spending bump could be due to more people planning to celebrate.
Or for the fact that things just cost more money right now.
Yeah.
Hey, as for gifts, the most popular category this year, candy, flowers, greeting cards, and an evening out.
And how are you guys spending on planning this Valentine's Day?
What we normally do is like maybe a little sushi and champagne. We don't go out, we get it like taken.
Okay, am I invited?
Yeah, and you are invited.
Okay,
yeah,
wonderful.
Come on over, guys. We're having Valentine's at the Elliott, and we'll be in sweatpants.
Ooh, nice.
That's what I got for Valentine's Day. My husband got me a new pair of sweatpants.
Oh, I love that.
He knows
That's a great
me
gift.
so well.
Yeah, cozy stuff. I always love cozy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I will be listening to that new Drake album on repeat.
It is like a little love
It is,
song
they're
story.
like love songs. So.
Yeah.
And then my fiance's birthday's tomorrow, so I like to celebrate Valentine's Day, you know, doing something for him, but he always ends up doing something for V-Day, so
well, of course.
We'll see.
What about you?
Time to go to sleep. It's been a long week.
I like that plan more.
I fully support that. Yeah, I'm right there with you. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Talking about this busy week, a lot of it has to do with the snow. A lot of our area, of course, blanketed in the white stuff this morning. It all started coming down yesterday, and that caused some serious issues on the roadways. We have the latest update on the crashes that we've seen coming up in just a few minutes. That's your top stories.
And we are going to go over those school closures again. They are updating, and it's all coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we're not done with the snow just yet. I think maybe we're past the peak of it, but more snow on the way. I'll tell you who and how much and all the details coming up at 6.